Oi, 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 everybody, and welcome back to youtube.com/DyllonKG, and today is the day. Patch notes 4.4.0 are out for a binding of kin. Let's talk about what is in this update for you guys. Before we get started, go ahead, if you guys haven't already, hit that subscribe button, turn on the notifications so you guys get told every time there is a news video, something worth talking about. Also, we have tutorials and all kinds of other wonderful content here. We hope that you stick along with us. But let's go ahead and dive right in. Here are going to be some of the updates. We're going to take everything as it is discussed here on the page. Of course, we're getting the new killer, aka the twins, Victor and Charlotte, and we're getting the new survivor, Elodie. We got the visual updates. Ormond and the Junkyard have been visually remastered, if you will. The hatch and the totems are also visually much better than they used to be. The hatch has like much more like particle effects and gravitas to it. And then there's a visual update on the twins in the lobby. So there are quite a few bug fixes here. There's not enough that I think that I ran into personally. You guys can check these out, obviously, on the patch notes. They'll be in the description below. This is important to know about this update. We're going to double down and go to the changes from the PTB. This is different than what it was when we tested it, all right? So let's take a look at that. There's an ability now that allows Victor to be recalled after having been on a survivor's back for 45 seconds. I still think that this timer is too long, but this is much better. If you guys don't remember, in the PTB, survivors could just run with Victor on their back indefinitely, and you basically didn't have an ability. 45 seconds is pretty egregious. I would like to see 30. 45 seconds is a lot of time. That's over half of a generator where you just don't have an ability if that generator only has one person on it, right? That's almost one generator if two people are on. So like, that's a little bit much. That needs to get chopped down. IMO. They also switched the twin spinning top add-on, causes the survivors to drop any held item when hit by Victor's pounce attack. So it's Franklin's demise in an add-on. We see this a lot lately with add-ons, especially with like Bubba. He hits somebody with the chainsaw, they drop their items. So they're going to start making add-ons that do this for every killer, I think. Not to be surprised, right? There are some bug fixes. They fixed an issue that might cause Victor's movement speed to be permanently reduced. I did encounter this. They fixed an issue that caused Victor to be unable to see the exit gate aura. Fixed an issue that caused Victor to be able to see scratch marks left while Charlotte was controlled. Fixed an issue that allowed Victor to pounce through the exit gate entity barrier. I saw this a lot. This was a meme. Fixed an issue that allowed Victor to leap past the closed exit gates on some maps. Fixed an issue that might cause Victor to be temporarily misaligned after latching on a survivor's back. We saw this a lot where Victor would be like 3 feet out from the survivor, still in animation, but not like touching them. They fixed an issue that caused Victor to remain stuck in the air if a survivor disconnects while Victor's on its back. I didn't see that, but that sounds like a hoot. Fixed an issue that might cause Victor to be stuck when landing on chests, and fixed an issue that caused survivors' screens to turn completely black when the twins used the knockout perk. Now, we did see this, and unfortunately, I thought this was like a knockout buff. It apparently wasn't, but I kind of wish it was because it's kind of cool. That like makes it legitimately better, I think, a lot. It's kind of jarring. I love it. There are quite a few other things that they talked about previously. So fixed an issue with appraisal. They fixed a few issues with the sound effect being missing when entering a locker. So a little bit of like a cleanup here on some of the issues. They also reduced the values from coup de grace or coup de grace or coup de grace. It depends on where you're from, I guess. I don't know. But they fixed that perk. So it got nerfed substantially. So if you thought that perk was good, well, it's not now. There are some known issues. Let's cover those before we wrap this up here. Victor may become stuck if he pounces on a locker with a healthy survivor inside. Charlotte will be unable to search the locker until Victor is recalled. So Victor will get stuck and you'll have to wait 45 seconds. This is like an okay, like avoid this. If you guys are listening, just don't do this. This sucks that this is a thing, but okay. This will get fixed in a week, hopefully, and we'll see what happens. The perks, coup de grace is missing visual feedback when performing a modified lunge attack. That was in the PTB, so they still haven't added that, sadly. Hoarder, the notification does not always work when survivors pick up items in the basement. Not that big of a deal, maybe. The perk currently for Hoarder does not lower the rarity of items. So again, like the perk just doesn't do what it's supposed to do. That's not super acceptable to me. The perk currently does not spawn 2 extra chests. So like Hoarder as a perk just doesn't do half the things it's supposed to do. I don't know at what point you put people can pay money for this content now. and there's just a perk that doesn't do 2 of the things it's supposed to do. It does not lower the rarity of items found in chests. Like what? So in a world where people are going to be running Plunderers and Appraisal, Hoarder cannot even be a counter pick. It's a dead perk right now. Coup de Grace got nerfed. Hoarder doesn't work. I don't know what the point of putting this out. Why not just let it cook for another week? What fiscal quarter earnings are we trying to hit? I'm confused by this. I don't like to rail on the devs and be too hard on them, but this just seems not like why. Okay. All right. Elodie's perks: Appraisal. The perk grants the chest unlock score event when performing the rummage action. Survivors keep rummaging through the chest for a brief moment after the action is completed, so that's a known issue. The UI does not function as intended for Deception. I don't even know what that means. The Faint Locker animation may interfere with the Rush Locker entry animation. I would only imagine that's if you're jumping in the same locker. Again, I don't know. Deception. Various issues may occur when using the perk with high latency. So Deception is a perk that has a ton of issues right now. Again, why is this coming out? Why are we putting this out? I'm confused. Power Struggle. The perk can't be used while actively wiggling. That needed to be fixed. That was an issue in the PTB 3 weeks ago, and we're still sitting here with it. The perk cannot be used immediately if the wiggle threshold was reached before wiggling. So like if you crawl, and this is the issue, this is why Power Struggle isn't good right now. If you have Flip Flop and Unbreakable and Tenacity and you crawl to a pallet and you have 25% of your wiggle bar and they pick you up, you can't immediately drop the pallet. What's the point of the perk right now? What are the perks are not... I know that they're working on new animations for Victor because he needs to be able to lock people on lockers and do all this stuff, but then why put this content out? It doesn't need to come out right now. People are going to pay for this, be frustrated, and step away from the content. It does not make sense. Stunning the killer with this perk will sometimes snap the killer to be to the other side of the pallet. That sounds spooky. And then Power Struggle survivors may become stuck inside pallets after using Power Struggle. So again, I ask, why is Power Struggle and Hoarder, like with all the known issues, right? What's the point of having the perks out right now? Like, I'm glad they know the issues exist, and that means they're working on them, but why are they out right now? What is the point? If you guys didn't know, there's also a Dead by Daylight calendar event right now where you log in every day in the month of December and you'll be able to get rewards on those specific days. And there are specific things you'll be able to unlock on certain days. So most days between December 1st, 11 a.m. until January 3rd, 11 a.m. Eastern, of course, will provide players with currency upon logging into Dead by Daylight. On top of that, a handful of cosmetic rewards will be available via redeem codes. These codes can only be used during their specified time periods. So if you see a code on the 3rd, it's probably only good on the 3rd. So check back here every Monday for full information on what rewards are available that week. Unfortunately, yesterday was Monday, and so I guess we just don't get to know anything until next Monday? I don't know. But keep an eye on this. Bookmark this page. It'll be in the description below. And what do you guys think of the update? Are you guys going to be buying the new killers? Are you going to be buying the new chapter? Are you just going to wait? Does it sound disappointing? Let me know in the comments below. I'm hopeful. I think I'll have fun with it if the bugs aren't too prevalent. But be sure you guys do a few things for me. Get some water. All right. Unclench your jaw. Get some sunshine. Take care of yourselves. And I'm going to pray to the entity to see you guys in the next video.